I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make an oldie but goodie. We're going to make peach cobbler. Now, there are so many variations of it, of course, and this is my take on it, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You're going to need some fresh peaches, all-purpose flour, plain old sugar, egg, whole milk, baking powder, salt, a squeeze of lemon, some additional sugar, a pinch of cinnamon, and some unsalted butter. Okay, now traditionally, peach cobbler is made with canned peaches and like a biscuit topping. I don't like either one. I don't like canned peaches, and I don't like the biscuit topping on a peach cobbler because I think it's a little too dry and I might as well just get a peach crisp. I might as well just get it all the way and get it real crisp, you know what I mean? So I make mine with just a really fluffy batter, and I use fresh peaches, which I've sliced and I've taken out the pith, and I've peeled them first, obviously, but you don't have to peel them if you don't want to. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into my saucepan because I adore fresh peaches, especially when they're in season, but I feel like they need to be cooked down just a little tiny bit so that they're nice and soft, because if I would have put them in the cobbler as is, I found that they're a little too hard by the time the cobbler's done. So I'm adding in a little lemon juice, a little bit of sugar, and some cinnamon, and I'm just going to cook this mixture for about a minute or until it comes up to a bubble, and that's really all it takes. And as that's happening, you want to make sure your oven's preheated to 350. I've done that already. And then I've taken some unsalted butter, and I'm going to put it in my 9 by 13 inch pan here, and I'm going to stick this into the oven so the butter can melt, kill two birds with one stone, and then I'll meet you right back here to finish it up. In this big bowl, I'm going to pretty much add in the remaining ingredients, and this is how simple it is. You got your flour, you've got your sugar, you've got your baking powder, a pinch of salt, of course. I'm just going to mix this together just for a second. My peaches are up to a boil. I can turn those off, and as those cool down just a bit, I'm going to finish making my batter. You add in your egg and your milk. So as you can tell, this is a very difficult recipe, and I'm hoping you can sense the sarcasm in that. So all I'm going to do is just get this nice and combined. That looks perfect. Now I've got my pan here with my melted butter, and this is the thing to remember with this recipe. You're going to pretty much add things in layers without mixing them. So I'm going to pour my cake batter here right on top of my butter, not mixing it. Something happens as it bakes where it all bakes perfectly together. Don't ask me why. I don't do science or any of that. I just cook, but I know that it works. And then you just take your peaches, and then you kind of distribute them all over the top, and you just mix those around kind of evenly. And that's it. That is all you need to do. And wait till you see when it bakes, it all bakes perfectly. Now I'm going to pop this back into the oven at 350 between 40 to 45 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. My cobbler baked for about 40 minutes, and I've let it cool for about 10 minutes, and now it's ready to go. And of course, you need to serve it with vanilla ice cream. But for right now, I just really want to show you what this looks like. And like I said, this is how I prefer cobbler instead of like the biscuit topping. But hey, you know, you do things how you want. I prefer like the cakey texture much more. But we didn't use canned peaches, but look how gorgeous these peaches become. Especially since we cooked them up for like a minute beforehand. It's like incredible. I think it's the best cobbler ever, but you try it and you let me know. And if you want to get the recipe, go to www.laura. That's really hot. LauraInTheKitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.